landofisrael.com and israelnationalnews.com present Ari Abramowitz and Jeremy Gimpel. Live from the heart of Israel, it's Tuesday Night Live in Jerusalem.
Tonight we have a special treat. She is one of a kind. There is no one in the world that comes even close to her category of people. She lived through the Holocaust, and she's gone to inspire thousands, tens of thousands of people across the world. She's packed Madison Square Garden. She's sold multiple bestsellers, and she's inspired a generation that had lost hope to be the best people they could be. So tonight we would like for all of us to welcome Rebbetzin Esther Jungreis.
So first and foremost, shalom to you.
Shalom.
We met in Yerushalayim. We did a program in Jerusalem. I will never forget it.
You should know you're the only guest in the history of Tuesday Night Live that we've had on for a second time.
I thank you so much. And I must tell you, I have been here in Dallas quite often. And when I came here tonight, I saw so many friends. And all of you, dear friends, it's dark. I cannot see the audience. But I tell you, my heart sees you. And I love you all. I love you for your beautiful hearts, for your love of Israel. It means so much that you have so many beautiful neshamas. Neshamas mean souls. Beautiful souls that light up the world. So thank you to all of you. And to our non-Jewish brethren, God bless you.
Rebbetzin Jungreis, you know, people who have experienced the trials and the challenges and endured what you have in life, many of them would want to relax at some point. But here you are flying to Dallas, flying around the world still, sharing and inspiring. Where does this passion come from?
I tell you, I'm not 40 years old anymore. I'm the child of the Holocaust. I was in Bergen-Belsen concentration camp. And yes, I fly all over the world. Just recently, I was in Europe. 10 days, every day a different country, from airport to synagogue, from airport to synagogue. So from whence do I have the strength? My dear friends, I'm afraid not to have the strength. It is written in Psalm 92, the last passage, the last paragraph. In their old age, God will rejuvenate them. So that they may proclaim the righteousness of God, the perfectness of God. If you speak for God, if you work for God, He gives you strength. The Holocaust, I would stand for roll call every morning. We were dressed in rags, covered with lice. I had shaven. And the Nazis would come and they would start shouting, Jüdische Schweinhund, Jewish pigs. And I would look at them straight in the eyes and I would say, Baruch Hashem, blessed be God that I am not a daughter of you people. Blessed be God that I come from a nation that stood at Sinai and heard the word of God and was given an eternal covenant. I didn't know if I would ever survive, but I knew that my people would survive because God made a covenant with the Jewish people that for all times, for all eternity, they would live. So I knew that we would live. I must tell you that as our people were taken to the gas chambers, they sang, Ani ma'amin, I believe, with perfect faith in the coming of the Messiah. And today I can say the same thing. I believe, I know. I'm very fortunate and blessed that my father was a great tzaddik, a great holy man. We come from a dynasty of rabbis going all the way back to King David. And I must tell you, I just have to tell you this story. My great-great-great-grandfather was visited by Elijah the prophet. He was a miracle rabbi. He would not study the portion of the week on Sabbath from a book, from the Bible, but rather he studied from the Torah. He had a little Torah made for him that he kept in his home. Little Torah. It was passed from generation to generation in our family. The last one to have it was my grandfather. When the Nazis occupied his village and they took all the Jews away, he buried the Torah. After we were taken away, the Nazis had their dogs sniff around to see if the Jews buried something. The Nazis were planning, I don't know if you know this, to build a museum in Prague to prove that Jews once existed, and they annihilated, they exterminated all of them. So they collected precious items from great rabbinic families, marked them very precisely because the Nazis, the Germans, very methodical, to have in the museum. Some years ago, I went back to Hungary. My family comes from Hungary. We had 86 rabbis in Hungary prior to the Holocaust. I went back to Hungary. I prayed at his graveside. I come back to the States. I receive a phone call. A man calls me. He says he has to remain anonymous. He's inviting me to come to his house, to his apartment. He has something to show me. So I said, I have to come with my husband of blessed memory. He passed away 16 years ago. So we come. And he had 2 large apartments made into one in Manhattan. Every wall was lined with Judaica, precious items. And he shows me the Torah of my great-great-grandfather. I cannot tell you how because it's not right for me to reveal it in public. He was able to get the Torah out from Czechoslovakia, from Prague. That Torah today is in the Ark, the Holy Ark of our Hineni organization in Manhattan. Why do I tell you this story? Hitler is gone, but the little Torah is here. It will always be here.